Hello, everyone. On this January 5th, 2016, the time is approaching noon Eastern Time, so it's time for a video, I think. If you've been watching my videos, you can probably get an idea what this video will cover, largely the current pattern and how things evolve through time. And important to note a couple of these areas of concern. One is currently over the country right now. There's another one moving into the country, pounding California right now. And then there's another one over into the Pacific Ocean that will slowly but surely make its way into the country over the next couple of days or so. Um, as far as the rest of the country goes, everything east of the Rockies, once again, it's fairly quiet, dominated by this very strong ridge. And just taking a look at the surface pressure, very strong 1040 high, currently placed over much of the eastern U.S., supporting cold and dry weather. Um, so let's take a look at today's Euro ensemble spaghetti. So the ridge that was once over Western Canada is broken down, and the trough over the eastern U.S. is starting to leave, which leads the way to the country seeing more of a ridgy pattern. So warm and dry weather should continue the next couple of days at least. But yes, as I said earlier, there are a couple of areas of concern moving into the country. This is where more they can be sampled a little better as there's more observations taken in these areas rather than over the Pacific. So let's take a look. Hopefully, this spread today isn't as bad as yesterday, especially for the first event. Okay, so moving forward, things seem pretty okay in the. There's a lack of spread. Okay, but here we go. Considerable spread all the way already by hour 72. While we maintain this anomalous ridge over the eastern U.S., much of the eastern U.S. But yeah, here's your craziness going on as these storms begin to move further inland, advancing further. You can just see this jumble mess just continuing to move downstream as time progresses. And then we move into the weekend. And we can start to see this shortwave beginning to form. Note the ridge maintaining itself over the eastern coastline, while a ridge starts to build back in, although there's questions on the amplitude of that, noted by the spread. Moving forward even further, so it looks like so there'd be some sort of low pressure area right here probably. So looks like if there's going to be a storm, probably a warm storm for Boston. Looks like there's still a decent spread over the eastern U.S. During that time. However, it's not as bad as yesterday. Looks like the operational model and the ensemble mean kind of agree in the general look at things. And then that moves away, and very cold air filters in behind that. Yep, and then things may flatten out, but that's as far as I'll look on the spaghetti for today. This is the time frame I'm watching. Right now, that's a warm track for Boston for a storm. We can take a look at the ensemble sea level pressure, the mean. Side pressure leaving. This area, this tropical looking feature looks interesting. It might have an impact on the ridge that maintains itself. Meanwhile, you have this area of low pressure moving northeastward. And note that as it moves northeastward through the Great Lakes, There really isn't much to hold it from just escaping. It kind of just, especially in the when I'll pull up the European operational, this kind of just scoots on out. Meanwhile, you have a new area of low pressure forming. It kind of just takes over. Okay, so this Inzalmin kind of keeps this in play. But yes, you have a storm developing, although note the higher thickness values over the eastern coastline, supporting anything in the form of rain, likely. And that moves ahead. It's a fast-moving system, so yeah, it'll be fast-moving. And then very cold air behind it. So looking closer in, Great Lakes possibly under the fire for a good lake effect snow event, as well as the westing facing slopes of the Green Mountains. Just a few areas of concern based on this setup. Be a very cold air streaming looks like right into New England. Definitely a different look than yesterday. Yesterday, things were kind of pouring southward, and then migrating east. Now things are kind of just headed towards the New England area, and then continuing to go. Not much in the way of storminess, however, very, very cold weather looks to be ongoing for much of next week after that potential rainstorm. Yeah, we can take a look at this is the operational Euro, the vorticity. Alright, so this is the alright, so this we can match this up a little bit. So this right here is something right in here. You watch this kind of just stream on northeastward and then just kind of freely escapes, no harm. Meanwhile, you have this area right here that's going to take a northeast trek as well through the Great Lakes. But there really isn't much. It's gonna be able to escape on this. It's nothing really is going to hold it from heading into southeast Canada. And then you have this area concern. Here's that tropical looking thing that might help maintain this ridge a little better. And here's cold air starting to find its way southward. Yeah. So that is currently sitting in southeast Canada, moving away. While this continues to trek basically east and then northeastward. So note that these kind of just stay separate. These two features stay separate. And then it just rides northward. Unfortunately, there really isn't anything to kind of force an offshore track. So rather, just got to take the best path it can, and that is an inland track. Unfortunately for those snow lovers, this is not a good track. It eventually closes off, but by that time, most of the activity has moved out of the area, out of the New England area, and then behind that, a very cold air. So that's that. Just take a quick look at this is the operational sea low pressure. So this shows okay. So this is the first area kind of just escaping, and then the second area moving in behind it. Again, they don't really interact too much with each other. And then this thing kind of just develops on its own. Very interesting setup. Even Chicago, or even see other areas right in here, could see some lake effect snow with a strong northerly flow off Lake Michigan. Continuing to move ahead. That pulls out, and then cold, very, very cold air filters in behind it. Wow. And that's that. But no real big snowstorm, it seems, for the New England area. However, areas possibly to the east of this could see some substantial snowfall. That's a bit far out. Alright, there's a model called the GFS that I'll take a quick look at since we're closer in range. Mainly focus on the spaghetti still. 12Z run is coming out now. I think I can take a look at that real quickly. So 114, yeah, we can, let's throw up the 12Z run. It's probably going to go to the, yep, okay, so there are fewer ensemble members in here, so might not look as crazy. But you can get an idea. Alright, so here we are in the same time frame. It looks fairly similar to the Euro. This is pretty much the same time frame. Kind of line these up. So there's pretty good agreement. It looks like the GFS is a little further west with the trek. But in any case, I think it's probably going to be a rain event for New England at this time. Just really bad timing. And then it looks like both models, I'm sure, do cool. Yeah, behind that, really things really cool off. And whether there's a storm behind that, it's too early to tell. But there's definitely some cold air in place, and there might be maybe a clipper system or two kind of making its way across. There'll be a good baroclinic zone around the eastern U.S., so we'll have to watch for any energy that does make it across the country. Maybe redevelops into something. Who knows? That's way too far out. But the big point is some sort of rainstorm around the 11th, and then it gets very, very cold for the foreseeable future. But storm chances after that are fairly low right now. Okay, I think I'll wrap things up there.